Hello, everyone. Welcome to my card creation series. This is the second of our Floral Impressions Suite class. And during each month, I share with you 4 cards using a particular bundle or a suite. So for May, we have our Floral Impressions Suite. This is the Impressions Abloom stamp set, which is part of the suite. And today we will be creating our own designer series paper, and I had so much fun creating it. Sometimes we forget how much fun creating that sort of it's back to basics with the stamping, and it was just a lot of fun, and it's a fun color palette too. So come join me as I share this with you. I hope you have had a lovely day today, and I have got some. I'll share with you the ink pads. If you want to stamp along with me, you can always use whatever products you have. So today I'll be using the color palette of Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, and Flirty Flamingo. And I will also be using a Stampin' Right marker in Calypso Coral. And even that, you can substitute with whatever marker you have. It doesn't matter. Um, as I'm speaking to you, I'm thinking, oh, should I try another color? And yeah, you could. It doesn't really matter. So these are just techniques that you can to get your ideas flowing and things like that. So with my class, with my card creations class, how it works is that you can get the kit to create all 4 cards free with a purchase of $100 or more during the month of May. So if you place an order with me, if you're in anywhere in Australia, you can get this kit free. If you want to purchase the kit as well, that option is available. So I've got the links below if you want to do so. And the PDF tutorial is also available if you would like to purchase that anywhere around the world. So we've got some options there for you. And it's a fun way to get involved and create along with me. So today, I'm going to start with the stamping. And if you wanted to, you could create a bigger piece of like stamp an entire sheet of cardstock, a basic white or whatever color. I did mine on basic white, and I have done it to the matte layer that I am creating. However, you can do it larger, and then you'll have a bigger piece. I'm just going to make sure that my layers are right here. So we have a balmy blue card base, and we're going to go with Calypso Coral. And again, you'll see that you can swap these colors because I'm using several colors, and you can see how these will work. So to start with, we're going to start with the largest image. I'm using my piercing mat, and I'm putting a, maybe I should put some scrap on that. Okay? Um, Using a piercing mat because it's a photopolymer stamp set. Most of the images I'm using are photopolymer, and you want some cushioning under that. So the first image I've gone with was a bit more solid one with this. That's the largest of my images. So start with your largest image so you can that's when you're creating your own background. Then you can fill in with the smaller images. So I'm starting with Calypso Coral. And how I chose my color palette, and this is what happened. I picked Balmy Blue because I have not used Balmy Blue in quite a while. It's not, and that is purely how it has happened, not because I don't like the color. I do love it. And when it first came out, I was using it all the time, and I hadn't used it in a while. So I thought, oh, I need to use Balmy Blue. Then I tried to find a color that coordinated. So what I'm going to do is try and turn my stamp around, and I'm going to create kind of 5 images. Some can be off the page, and you can have maybe a couple like that, right? Then I'll clean my stamp and I'm going to stamp the same flower in Balmy Blue. Because that is our color palette. Again, we'll go around, and how you do this, each piece will be different. So we'll go around in Balmy Blue, and now I'm going to try and fill in some gaps. Some obvious ones there. And I've got other smaller images as well, which I can fill in. All right. And maybe one, just a tiny one here. All right. We'll leave that for now. And actually, while I'm doing it, I should get an envelope and do that as well. And I can go back in. We might as well do this flap section. And you've got a nice coordinated flap. I meant to do it with the Calypso Coral. So I'm going to go like that. And let's do the Calypso Coral as well. This is custom design. You can change it to, if you have a gift you're wrapping, you can custom design this. I feel that this one, and then I'll go here. Sometimes it looks like, as I'm looking at my piece I had stamped before, perhaps I could put another blue one there. It looks a bit of a large gap, so I might fill that in with a flower. Oh no, if I position, I'm going to leave it because I have a piece that's going to go across there, so that can fit that. All right, the next thing I'm going to bring in, but if you wanted to, you could do something there. I'm going to use that leaf. Now that leaf has some detail, but also a bit washed out look, and I like that. You could use the more solid one if you prefer. And I am going to use crumb cake on that one. Oh, crumb cake's really old. Look at it. It looks like a completely different color. So with this, what I tried to do where possible, try to do it like not for anything, just so I have some kind of design in my head as to where these were going. And it just helps with placement. So like a fan. And you don't have to do it like this. And there were some I didn't do like this. It just helped me with my design aspect of trying to work out the symmetry for it. Then you see, what do you call a pattern of sorts. And then you can go in with some single leaves. You don't have to have the okay, so we've done that. The next image I'm going to bring is from another stamp set, which is a really nice one. It's called Blooming Phrases. It's online exclusive. You get all these lovely phrases with the little tail on it, I would say. But it's got some lovely little images that you can use for background stamping. So I'm going to pick one little one from there. You're going to stamp and Flirty Flamingo. And with this, you've got to go with, so again, I'm graduating in size. So I'm going from the largest image to the small image. So this is what you're getting. It's a more subtle image. So I've started with the bold image and going down. So I went on this kind of with towards the leaf, but on the side. And with this, it wouldn't matter if it's over. It's just adding another dimension to this cluster of leaves, and it's a little bit different to what I originally did, and that's okay too. I just like the aspect of adding that extra color. And because it's not a overly solid image, it's just line, it doesn't matter with the overlapping. Doesn't that look pretty? It's just very subtle. Now it's actually those two, those probably work together, but as is, I think it's just nice. And then you can add a few of them in between to fill in some gaps. Always rotating your piece of cardstock so you're getting some variation there. Next, I'm bringing in, again, the same stamp set and this little one, another tiny image, and we'll stamp that also in crumb cake. So I have a supply list there for you, and you can go onto my online store and purchase these products Australia wide. So that's that gets shipped from Stampin' Up, and I appreciate all your orders. So this is you get a bonus of the kit for 4 cards, and when your order reaches $100, you also get a tutorial bundle, the Create With Us tutorial bundle, which is sold for $25. So that's another $25 of value you're just getting free as a thank you from me for shopping with me. Right. So we're graduating in the size of these little, and I do forget to do my little envelope, don't I? So let's go back, and now we can try and do that while we're here. Get caught up with doing that. So could you imagine doing a full sheet of this? I love the colors of this. It's just very soothing, and it's so quick to do this. So much fun. Then what was our next thing we did? Let's keep that open. We're going to do that in a minute. Then we did some of this flirty flamingo bitsies. Don't the colors come together beautifully? When you have inks, you can just do so much. Now, if you are looking at adding lots of things and have your eye on a lot of things, it's a good time for you to check out our starter kit. Our starter kit is great value, but you can add more with our starter kit at the moment. For $303, you get to choose $303 of product, and you get you only pay $169, so which is really good value. This is our promotion. It runs till the 31st of May, and it's a really fun opportunity. There's add to your cart and see how much $303 is going to get. It gets you a whole lot of stuff, and you can add, if you're a new crafter, you might add lots of kits. You can get heaps of kits for that. If you're someone who's been crafting for ages, you might add some sweets or some bundles, maybe some designer series paper. $303 of product you get to select. It's not pre-selected, and you only pay $169. It is ship free to you, so that's approximately another $18 you're saving. And ongoing benefits are you get a minimum 20% discount and on your products. So that's always fun. I find that the best because when I go shopping in my Stampin' Up store and I go, oh, but that's nice, my balance, what I have to pay is a lot less. So that's always good. It's something to think about because I definitely urge you to have a look at the benefits. Go check out um, the information about that. Ask me about it. Please even comment if you want to know more about it. I'd love to help you out. It's a great offer. It's only available till the 31st of May, as I was saying. And you also get to be part of a community. You get to get special perks like invitation to events where you have the option of attending. I'm just stamping this is the little center of the flower. You get a large one and a little one. I'm doing the little one. Get opportunity of attending Stampin' Up events, which are exclusive to demonstrators. We've actually got one coming in June. It's called Creativity Now. Now, those who registered, you don't have to register, but it's an opportunity. Those who registered for that get the perk of purchasing new products super early. That's from our next catalog. And there's some beautiful Christmas products in there. And I can tell you that paper is amazing. And it's got specialty paper, it's got scrapbook products, so much. So absolutely worth looking at that and try it out. See what being part of Stampin' Up is all about. So we've added all our centers, all done. Now you must always finish with splatters. Well, you don't have to, but I do of some sort. Now splatters can be with a marker or it can be with stamps, and stamp set is perfect for adding I would say that adding splatters dots. There's plenty of stamp sets with some sort of dots. I'm using this one, which is Elements of Text. This one's a good one. I like the different little, it's more collagey style, and I really like that. Oops. So we're going to stamp this in Balmy Blue along the side. Now, if you were doing this for a one sheet wonder, like a big piece, you'd do it in random places, then you can cut it up. But I've got a specific thing here, so I'm doing it like this. Doesn't this envelope flap look amazing? I love it. Right, you can stamp off even, just gives you a different look, eh? Then I'm going to bring in a blending brush. Add some crumb cake on the side. Did I add a little bit? Maybe not. Thought I'll do. No, we'll skip the blending brush. I thought of doing something and no. On second thought. The next thing I might do is I'm going to add some pecan pie splatters with my Stampin' Red marker. Now, again, whatever you do is optional. You can do this with the stamping blends too. Just be aware it can, damage your brush tips and things, but I like it and I just use it, and then I just buy another set and always have this extra. But it's worth the effect. Okay, so that's our base is pretty much done, right? As is. That's really nice. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to emboss a panel of the crumb cake cardstock. And I've got my favorite mini corrugated embossing folder, and I'm going to do it on the length. I know I do it a lot the other way, but I thought I'll just go this way this time. Bring in a stamping cut and emboss machine. You might even add a stamping cut and emboss machine or new plates or whatever into your starter kit. You can do that. It doesn't matter what you add. Like you can do things like that. It's just whatever you need, really. Each person's needs are different. We've got our corrugated cardstock. Then we have some Calypso coral, which I am going to die cut a flower from. So the beauty with this floral impressions, you can either stamp and die cut, or you can die cut the flowers as is with detail. So there's so many uses for this floral impressions dies. I love it. And there's it's really good. So like last week in our card creations, I showed you how to stamp. Like it's a 2-step stamping. So if you haven't missed that video, I'll link it below. So check that. It's 2-step stamping as well. So easy. You don't even have to color it. If you want to color it, just stamp the outside. Different ways you can, you know, use this set. So this gives you that detail on the die cut, I should say. Like really handy. And I think it's such a lovely little die. All the flowers do that. This one is here. Okay, so I think, yeah. All right, we'll cut another one. I'm just cutting one for the inside of the card. I thought that might be nice. It shifted. I'm getting some die cutting out of the way so we can then just assemble the card. Next weekend is a big weekend in the sense of my calendar. If you love creating and want more out of your crafting game, we at the Stamping Lounge are your place to be next weekend. Our monthly class is the Floral Impressions class. So you can get even more out of your Floral Impressions suite of products by joining us there. We have got loads and loads of ideas for you. So come and join us. The class is included in our monthly membership. So monthly membership is $24.95. So if you join this month, you get not only get the class, you will get access to our entire library of content. There's heaps of content there. loads of ideas, loads of tips. So you will want to come get that. And plus, you will also get access to our catalog launch, our annual catalog launch, which is being held next Sunday. That is $9.95 value. You are going to get it free as a member. If you don't want to be a member, then you can just get the annual catalog launch free. Sorry, for $9.95. So if you want it free, you can become a member and this week and get that free. But being a member anytime is good. But the annual catalog launch is there. You can get it for $9.95. There is the link there to join. It's with Kayla McCauley and Maheswari Rajaguru. We have the Stamping Lounge, and it is so much fun. We have so many ideas. We have games planned for the launch. We have loads and loads of stuff planned. So come along and be part of it. We'd love to have you there. So I have cut my centers of flowers. The next thing I'm going to do is cut, I am going to do is cut some leaves. Now, I thought, oh yeah, I do. I thought right. I think I put something somewhere. Okay, so I've got a small piece of, oh, what can I bring to you? Can you see that wood grain texture? It's a specialty designer series paper that we have. I don't need the full set of leaves. I need a couple. So I'm going to cut the bottom. I might cut another set. Let's see, I may need another one. Another little bit. That wood grain texture is 12 by 12. You get a couple of sheets. Lasts forever if you don't use like heaps and heaps. I kind of use it as accent pieces. It's really handy. So I'm going to cut another one and get another piece of that wood grain because I want one for the inside as well. And it is white. Yes, you can color it. You can blend over it. You can, but it is a different, when you lay it on the card, when I lay it on the card, you'll see it adds a different texture. It's a different white. You know, there's white and there's white. And it adds a different texture, which is what I was going for. And I wanted it to create something, a different look. And when you do make your cards, try and get different looks. And that's where your texture is going to be. Even though this is beautifully easy to create, the stamping adds some texture to your card and it's just going to make a difference. So I had 2 pieces of crumb cake and I feel that I have embossed the bigger piece. So let's see what I have done. Then I can always cut it down. We work with what we have done. Just the design for the day. I can always trim that. So I have got a couple here. So you can decorate the inside. We've got the envelope already done. If you created a bigger piece of this stamped image, you could use that on the inside as well. So we have got our balmy blue card base. Balmy blue is such a beautiful blue. It's a fresh blue. Then we have got a matte layer of Calypso Coral. And I've got my piece here. Now this definitely needs to be cut down. So let's cut it down to 10 centimeters. You know, I bought myself, it's so exciting, a new cutting guide because my other one is so old, I couldn't even see the measurements on there. And it is amazing just having that done. I'm just so happy that I got that because I don't know, sometimes you just keep working with what you have and you just forget that you can buy new stuff like that, because that's just the basic. You buy new stamp sets, you buy new embellishments and stuff, but sometimes you don't realize you need to buy things like that. So what I'm going to do is glue this. Maybe I'll needs a bit of a unclogging. I thought, wow, this is so nice having measurements I can see. I'm gonna twist that. Okay, so we've got our matte layer. Then I'm going to stick this across there, like about 2 centimeters from the bottom. So that'll go across the Calypso coral. I'm going to stick these on here before those little pieces get lost. I love this flower. It's so nice. It's just one of those nice big flowers that taken front of stage. Then we're going to stick that onto our Balmy Bloom base. Okay. For our sentiment, I'm using the Simply Said stamp set. I just wanted something minimalistic, and just that's a great little stamp set. And I think this would be a nice card for sympathy. And I made it a thinking of you, which encompasses that whole if someone's sick or someone's going through a rough patch. I think it covers all those circumstances. So I made it like that. So it covers a range of occasions. And I didn't mention, I am using pecan pie for my sentiment. So when you get the kit, you will get all the die cut pieces, which don't include stamping. So you'll get the flower and things because that, and embossing and things like that. I will include. You just need to do your stamping. I'm using pecan pie here, thinking of you from the Simply Said stamp set. And we are going to die cut it with this die, which is from the Unbounded Love dies, which is a great little die set which has a range of frames. There's ovals, there's circles in different sizes, like smaller, and I think it's suited to sentiment style. So it's a great little set. Some are more ornate, like you've got with little foliage and things like that. So just gonna put this down here. So let's die cut this. Sorry, it kind of crashed the camera then. I like keeping it close so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I don't know, I've got not the greatest eyesight, and sometimes I'm squinting, doing what is on the screen. So I know everybody's not got better eyesight, but helps if it's a bit closer. So now I'm going to do a little bit of doctoring on this. I felt, okay, you can see a bit of has lifted a bit. I'm bringing in my glue eraser. This I just got online. It's as old as the hills, but it works. I felt this was a little bit, there was a lot of space around it, so you can see I was either going to do stamping, but I thought, okay, let's do this. So pop your die back in. All right, so I'm going to pop it here. And this is better doing it like this. So you're kind of going to do, you don't want it to come over the sides because you need that side. Now take a stamping white marker. It's water-based. Don't use your alcohol markers because you're going to stain your die. I'm going to use my brush tip. I could try it with let's try it with another one. I'm trying to think one that I have that may work. This is a new one because my Calypso Coral is old. Let's see what the brush tip is like on Pick and Pie. I'm just going to use the Calypso Coral brush tip. Now this, you will notice the difference in the markers. This is my old one. And that's the main difference, right? You've got the nib. Can you see that? Is that? So this is the old one and this is the new one. So I'm going to use, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to use my brush tip from my old, and you can use the brush tip from a new one or whichever one. We're going to put this in place, the die back over that. Make sure it's popped in. Start at a corner. And I've kind of messed it up because I'm going to move that. Doesn't matter. That was not meant to happen, but that's all right. You kind of get the idea. I might redo that because I'm not happy with that. So I want to get my sentiment really nice. And I'm going to show you again. Mainly because I need another one. But it doesn't matter. We can go again. And so that you get the idea. I kind of slipped. You've got to start in a corner when you do it too. It helps. And with this, you can just wipe it off and because it's water-based, it's not going to stain crazy. But definitely don't use your alcohol marker because that'll damage it. So, okay. Found this particular washi tape was ripping my cardstock. Get the main stickiness off. Center it. But I think this is a fun way to add some detail. Sometimes we layer our sentiments. This is another way of adding, show it straight, adding some detail or giving that illusion of a matte layout. And that's all it is. It's like an illusion, but it also draws focus to that sentiment while not making it washed out because I felt the white was a bit washed out against it. And these are little things you can do with your dies. And all right, Now we're going to pop it back in, right? So I want to just make sure this sticks on the back. And you don't have to have washi, but I prefer, then it just sticks better. And you know it's not going to mess around. So I started in the corner. Go to the end. Just push to the end like on that angle because otherwise it starts with a big burst. So you want to put it there. Left to right or right to left, whatever way is easiest for you. And then we just meet the two. That's better. And now you'll see that it gives a lovely little border there. And I think it's just finishes that sentiment nicely. Let me know what you think of that. Is that something you try? I thought it was a nice little way to embellish that. So now let's put this together. We are going to get our bone folder and curve our flower. And you can just even do it with your fingers to give it some texture. Put one dimensional here. You're going to put some dimensionals on your sentiment. So my sentiment's going to be up here. Going to put my flower there, and then we'll bring in some of our leaves. And with these leaves, you can cut them up, do whatever. That's I do that all the time. It just gives you more scope with your die cuts. I really like this long leaf in the set. I use it a lot. I have used it a lot, but I also have snipped it apart to create all those extra bits. Now, so then we have some ribbon or linen thread. I thought it worked really well with the crumb cake. So, we have a ball that I've already done. How good is that? Let me take it off and I'll create it. So it's just a single ball. What I'm looking to do is just tuck that in under there. I'll put a glue dot under. Glue dot under. Now you can make your ball a bit small, a lot bigger. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Just curving that. And that will stick under that. I can cut that down. Maybe a little more. Let's want to make sure that that's the same length, roughly. Now I'll just try and make this a bit more. Didn't quite want it that curve, but you can just manipulate it a bit. And if it's going the other way, just keep working at it and it'll just work the way you want. I'm gonna do it from the top. He doesn't want to go there. That's all right. There we are. Maybe we'll curve him a bit more. Trim him a bit so it's not so curvy. That's better. All right. Finally, just some embellishments. These ones are neutral matte dots. I'll pull them out because I think there's another color up the top. Maybe. Yes, so you got white. I particularly like these. Crumb cake or pecan pie. Oops. You know, the other day, one of them went flying like that. And then I couldn't find it. And then I was on the couch and I saw it on my shirt. That's how things disappear. You never find them. So we'll put like, I didn't put it on. You can put the white maybe if you wanted to on the crumb cake cardstock. The pecan pie doesn't quite stand out on that. I felt like that. It was nice. You could do that. And then let's do the inside of our card. So for the inside, I have got a crumb, Calypso Coral and basic white. Now I may add a bit of blending on this, just in like whatever residue was on my blending brush in my browns. So it possibly was a crumb cake. And then can add that to our card. How do you like the color combination? Do you use these colors often? I was glad I pulled them out because Calypso Coral is the one I really love, but and that too I haven't used quite as much as I would like to. So it was nice to be able to use it for this. Now we've got our flower. You can go there. You can even put it there. For something different. Right. I'm just trimming that. I'll probably put that just like that. I'll glue this down. And we'll stick, I should have stuck this down. But I'll just and then our inside of the card is embellished. And I'm just going to put that in there just in case it's a little bit sticky. Did I just do that? Did you just see that? So what I'm going to have to do, I haven't done this in a while, guys. But you've seen it live, what I've done. So what what I'm going to do is take this out, and I'll be undoing this, and it'll come off. I'll apply heat to it, take it off. Then I'll take this off and add it to a new card base. But that's happened live, and it's a beautiful inside, but just on the wrong side. So laughs on me, guys, but that's okay. But this is my original, so it's pretty much the same. Um, let me know what you think. And if you stuck to the end, you would have had a bit of a laugh at my expense. So try creating your own designer series paper. I have had a great time sharing this with you. Uh, and I hope you've had fun, and maybe I've inspired you to look at some of your stamp sets in a different way, to look at some of those smaller images to see what you can do with them. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday at 1 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon for some creativity with you. And so I hope you can join me then. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.